you might bear a bit of a resemblance to Phil Wang.
I do not know this person, but that might be true.
You do, yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Phil Wang. He's also from Uzbekistan, just like you.
Oh, excellent. I'm from Kazakhstan, however.
Oh, sorry, I was confused.
Beautiful.
Laura, you chose our film this time round.
Yes.
Can you remind us again, because you changed about 4 or 5 times?
It was Zorro.
Who watched Zorro?
Well, I've seen it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Let's see how this goes.
It was Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems, which is the one that I did watch.
Excellent.
Yeah, I actually watched that one. Not just
That's good.
making it up for the lols.
And what made you choose that one?
Well, a few weeks ago, I was with my sister and she said, let's watch a film. And I said, yes. And she said, we are watching Uncut Gems. And I said, I don't want to watch that. But she put it on anyway.
Yeah.
So I was very angry because I don't like being made to watch films that I have no interest in.
Yeah.
And I was even angrier by the gory scene at the beginning.
Yeah.
Remember, guy with a broken leg was disgusting. So I was against the film from the start. Hated every minute of it while watching it. And then thought about it for weeks afterwards, thinking, what was that film? And I rewatched it again, and now I think I love it.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So what, you hated it
Yeah. Or I didn't hate it, but I just didn't like it.
and then suggested we all watch it as well?
Yep.
Cool. Just making sure.
And then only after that did you decide you liked it. Okay, that's cool.
I just like that to be noted.
Yep.
Whoever's taking minutes.
No, and you thought it was interesting anyway.
I did think it was interesting. I thought it would be a decent choice. Better than Bring It On, #Worldwide, SmackDown, whatever.
Electric Boogaloo.
The other choice, apart from Zorro.
Yep. Yeah,
I think it was...
And Once Upon a Time.
we can always save that for next time.
Yeah. What do you think?
I found it very stressful.
It was quite stressful.
I was pretty anxious for about 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then at the end it was...
The credits weren't so bad.
Yeah. Even then it was
Stressful.
Yeah.
Intense
that dance
music.
beat. Was it? Yeah, so 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Pure stress.
Fernando?
I agree. It was just so stressful all the time.
Michael?
Yeah, it was very stressful, very sort of... there was a sheer amount of anxiety that did not need to be in there, and I hated it.
Yep.
Did you all hate it?
I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thought you would.
I thought there was very... yeah, I didn't think there was much going for it. And I thought what they were trying to do to make it dramatic was quite artificial and a little weak.
Yep.
I did not hate it. I just thought it was stressful.
I don't mind if you hated it, because I hated it the first time I watched it.
Okay, well, I guess I did not hate it, but I did think, is this how being on drugs... Is this similar to an experience? Is this somehow similar to being on drugs? And is it how people feel? Then stressed all the time?
Making terrible decisions.
Yes.
So many bad decisions. Just constantly. You know, like, you just need to get one of these decisions right, and it'll be fine.
He had so many get-outs, didn't he? Yeah.
Every time.
Well, I think if other people hadn't kept getting in the way, you know, all of his decisions would have been all right.
I don't know. He was taking so many risks, though.
Yeah, he
like,
took quite a
let's
lot of
just assume this all goes right. Fingers crossed the Celtics win.
Yeah.
And he was not using his own money. I think it would have been perhaps easier had he used his own money. Nobody would have been in the way.
This is true.
Yeah, like,
Forgive the other characters for getting in the way.
I was so cross with him for not, like, telling his son off as well. His son was gambling. He's like, oh, I've got $25 on this. And it's like, oh, you know this is a terrible idea. Don't get him involved as well.
he was like, that's my boy. Guess what? I've got an even bigger bet.
Yep.
Was anyone confused?
I think I got the story mostly. I was confused as to why he was making these decisions. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe there's something in that. Maybe people who get into organised crime in the way that he does get some kind of thrill out of it, and they're always looking for the next big thing that they can make money off, and you have to take risks in order to get into that kind of world. So maybe that's the type of person he was, but no, it was weird. Not the usual Adam Sandler character.
No,
I easily forgot that it was him.
Yeah, so did I.
Has he played other roles like that?
Not like that, but like more serious role.
Yeah, because I've pretty much hated every film I've seen with him, including Claire's favourite film ever.
What one do you like?
I really like Anger Management. Oh. I know I'm not supposed to, but I do.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a good film.
What else have you both got written down?
I've got that Howard looked like a chemist called Dean Toast.
Oh, right. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
I always thought it was Toasty.
Yeah, it probably is, but everyone calls him Dean Toast. I've got Oh My God, Stop Shouting.
Yeah.
Once it's just one person talking, you realise they're talking nonsense. It's like when there's 4 people talking, you don't notice that they're just saying the same 4 words over and over again.
There's like people just yelling rhubarb, rhubarb.
Yeah. But then when that guy had, his worker had got his shirt torn come into the office, so he had 3 sentences. It was like listening to a David Miliband interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other than that, I was just trying to keep track of characters. Is Kevin Garnett actually a basketballer?
Yeah, he's never acted before.
Okay.
Oh, and that really is him. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, a load of the actors who were in it just got pulled off the streets and asked to be in a film.
No way.
Like the debt collector guy, the main one, never acted before, just spotted walking to a train, asked him if he wanted to be in a film.
Oh, he was quite good as well.
He was good.
Yeah.
Was he a real debt collector?
Oh, maybe.
This is the guy that shoots him at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was the guy from Hellboy or something.
No.
I thought he was a well-established actor. Oh, okay. He was good. Yeah. Is this how Adam Sandler keeps getting parts? He gets pulled off the street by eccentric filmmakers who don't know who he is. Yeah, so the shouting was really getting on my nerves, and a lot of these...
it was
says
so
here the
jarring.
whole film is just people shouting. Every time someone asks someone to sit down and talk, the other person refuses and starts yelling at them.
Yeah. No, I hated that the first time, and now I'm like, that's great.
Right, okay.
What a decision.
It was just... I think my problem was that it was like an artificial way of turning up the
angst.
This is exciting meter in the way that I've talked about before, I'm sure, in these meetings with, you'll have either a baby crying or a woman wailing, and it's just these precise things that, this is an intrusive noise because our brains are designed to feel emotions when we hear this, and just people yelling at each other with slightly dramatic music is another one of these. And... you got to back it up with something decent. There's actual danger here, not just somebody making bad decisions.
Well, he was definitely in danger. Got shot in the face.
Yeah, ultimately. Yeah.
That was always a risk.
That was quite a relief when he got shot. Oh, good. I saw that over.
What a get. Imagine locking them in there.
Yeah.
And then when he let them out, not to the outside.
No.
If you're going to let them out, don't let them into the room that you're in. You've just kept them locked up for 2 hours.
He was even saying, you see, you should have just believed me, as if this makes everything fine. All I needed to do was persuade them, which is why I was actually quite pleased when he got shot. And I don't think I was supposed to be. But I just thought this is the first time that,
something's made
this, of course they were going to shoot him. Who wouldn't? Yeah. Yeah, that made sense.
Why did Arno get shot? What the...
I think that guy was just at the end of his rope with Arno.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he'd gone a bit past the edge. Which I can also believe.
Absolutely mental.
What was the most stressful moment for you?
I think it was when he wanted them to get into the place, but the door was jammed. And they're all shouting all the time.
Knocking on the door.
They keep banging on the door and saying, "Let us in." It's like, you just need to say, "I'm sorry, it's jammed. This will just take a second." But no, all of them yelling all the time, trying 10 different things. It was just awful. I hated it. Maybe because that was the bit with the least actual danger. It was just everything should be working out that this is another way that he can just get clean. Everything will be fine. But no, then the door jams and they have to spend 5 minutes filing locks and stuff with everyone yelling. I didn't like that very much.
I found when he pawned the ring, the Celtic ring, I found that very stressful.
It was so stressful.
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just because it's a bad decision.
Yeah, terrible decision.
Yeah.
That's high risk. Didn't like that. That's just...
Absolutely.
God.
Yeah.
Is it somehow high risk if you know that you have a deadline and then...
Well, I suppose I didn't think about it. I thought at the time, like, anyone can... The way I didn't understand pawning, I thought anyone could now buy that ring. Although I still find it stressful because he bet the money, so he might have lost it and not been able to get the ring back. So it's still stressful.
Yeah. So,
he just needed... he needed that ring to get the rock back. The rock was the money.
Lovely rock, though.
looked pretty cool.
It was alright,
I like that rock.
Yeah, I'm sure it looked less and less cool as the film went on, which I think might have been deliberate.
More rock, less gem as time went on, wasn't it?
It's looking more just plain and plasticky. I wonder if that was it was supposed to, maybe. I thought at one point it had maybe been swapped out.
I thought that
given him
too,
a fake
yes.
one, That would have been interesting. It wasn't the worst film I've ever seen, though. A lot of the characters were quite watchable, including Adam Sandler. He was interesting. He had an interesting face and
voice. He did weird things with his voice.
Yeah.
I'm in an incredible mood. My favourite bit of the whole film.
When was that?
It's right after he thinks he's won big bet.
Yeah,
and he's talking to his girlfriend on the phone.
Yeah.
She did all right, didn't she?
Yeah,
she came off well.
Keeps the money, I suppose.
Did she? Because the whole mob was after her, and she was she thought she was going to go and see him tonight. I thought she was in the taxi on her way to go to his place.
Yes.
But then the film just ended.
Well, I don't know if those guys would keep going after her. Or maybe they would. I suppose they know that she won loads of money.
Couple of £1 million to get back, don't they? Well, they at least want their... What did he owe them? 100 grand?
$75,000 something.
Yeah. He only owed that to Arno, though.
Yeah. Oh, and Arno was shot. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's all fine then. Yeah, maybe they just don't care. But then they were robbing the whole store.
Yeah, I imagine if they did know about the money, though,
I
think they would rob her.
Yeah.
But she seems quite savvy. Maybe she'd be able to sense... I don't know.
Yeah, maybe she'd come up with something. But that might have been an interesting conclusion to the film. But no, they just sort of left
I suppose she'd go to the apartment and then he wouldn't show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the apartment. Yeah, I figured she was going back to the shop. But yeah, maybe she'd just go to the apartment.
I think I would first go to the bank and put that money in the bank. Maybe.
That's what I would do.
You just go to a bank and say, here's £2 million, put it in my account, please.
How else would you?
What
you couldn't do that. Oh, I suppose it's legal, though, isn't it?
Yeah, she'd just won it from a casino.
Yeah.
But I think I wouldn't have got the whole lot in cash from the casino. I think I'd have had the casino put into my account, which is presumably what casinos will do for you.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah. Dunno.
I've never had to worry about it. So.
Then she would have to explain where she got the 90 grand from in the first place.
That was all legit, though.
That was from the sale of the gem.
Oh, that was from the sale of the blood diamond, yeah. Yeah, guess so.
It was all technically legal.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now it comes to it. Oh, maybe she'll have a good life. maybe she'll have a good life with that guy who invited her up to his room. It was an unexpectedly good egg. Good bloke.
Yeah.
I was sure it was going to be Howard's father-in-law dressed up. I just somehow steal his money back or something. But yeah, I just brought the money straight to her. Good guy.
Charmer.
So you should always trust older gentlemen when they invite you to the...
That's what I normally do, yes.
Did you say he was a pilot?
Did he not fly her there in the helicopter?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't piece that together. Oh, he must be legit then. No one who flies a helicopter could be evil.
True.
Except in a Bond film.
Epstein.
Epstein, yeah, he probably had a helicopter or two.
I suppose that was a private plane. Anyway. She's never acted before either.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. Also pretty good.
Oh wait, maybe she has. It's her first feature. I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
But still
Yeah.
worth doing. She was one of the more believable ones, maybe. I kept kind of confusing her with one of the other characters. They were like the two girls that worked in the shop. And I kept forgetting that he was having an affair with one of them. And yeah, I had to pick it up again from context a few times. People all the same. Yeah. No, that was alright. What else have I got here? Right from the very start, we had a bit of a statement of intent from the filmmakers where it was about 200 people all yelling incomprehensibly.
Yeah.
And right from that, I mean, that's the first thing I put, Ethiopia, people all yelling incomprehensibly. And I thought we were going to come back to Ethiopia. I thought this was going to be like the story of that opal.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
And we were going to see where it came from or something, but it was kind of nothing to do with that. But someone had fallen down and cut their leg.
Broken their leg.
And broken their leg.
Very broken.
And like 300 people were just yelling about it and running all over the place. Like, what's this?
I think they were complaining about work conditions, weren't they? They were all saying, like, this is your fault, you've done, because it was like, they looked like maybe Chinese investors or something.
Yeah.
And then it looked like native Ethiopians were getting angry with them, presumably because they're badly exploited and working in really dangerous conditions.
Yeah. Oh, and this guy breaking his leg was the turning point where they decided enough is enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of wondered if it was set up so that those, like, two guys could go in and steal the rock while that was going on.
Oh, those two guys were stealing the rock. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that might make sense.
That would make sense. Yeah.
But yeah, we know that whatever it was that Howie paid probably wasn't worth being crippled.
No, probably not. Well, if you get, what is it, $100,000 if it was just a broken leg that could heal.
The bone was sticking out of the leg.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw like a load of blood.
Oh no, the
I
bone was
thought,
sticking out.
he's like cut himself. It was sticking, right, I must have missed that.
It was bleeding because the bone had come through the skin.
Oh man, oh, that's pretty horrible.
Even if it does heal, it probably will hurt for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you're talking several surgeries to fix something like that.
Yeah, okay. $100,000.
Let's hope they have good healthcare infrastructure in Ethiopia for minors.
I
Fingers
probably
crossed.
do. It's the sort of thing that
Probably fine.
prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting the whole time. I thought maybe like, the second half of the film is a parallel story of what happened with this opal and how they got it, how they all got there, and the story of this guy hurting his leg. But no, it just never came back, which was unfortunate. Everything felt like a bad dream, where you're like, either you need to go to the bathroom or whatever, but like you just need to get to the toilet, but it's locked and the key's over there in a safe, and I can see the key, but in order to get into the safe I have to ask the woman, and she's just gone on a lunch break and she's upstairs somewhere, so I have to go up there, and there's just this endless chain of things going slightly wrong. Do you have these dreams?
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole film just felt like one of those. Just there's always something else that's gone wrong, and you're just kicking yourself the whole time because why didn't you just do this?
Like a point and click puzzle adventure.
Exactly. Oh man. Oh, this could have been the most painful 90s point and click adventure.
I think the music probably helped that.
Oh my god.
They just played that low synth over everything that was happening with no break. I found that really stressful.
It was just no relief ever.
It's just always music, just always synth. I said that to my sister. I was like, "When is this music?" Because it was still it still felt like the introduction. Yeah. We were like 5 minutes in, and I was like, "The music hasn't stopped. When is the music going to stop?" And I love synth. It's my favourite kind of. The soundtrack is like my favourite film track of all time now. But hated it in the film.
Okay, wow. So there's a few different pieces of this film that worked well on their own, but all together it was
it's just a mess.
So what? You've watched this again and you liked it?
Yes.
Can you tell us the other side of this?
Well, when you're watching it again and all the stress is gone because you know exactly what's going to happen, that's a bit of a relief. And you can just watch, I don't know, it all unfold again. Just enjoy the music if you want. And just enjoy Adam Sandler's performance, which is what I did the second time where I thought, you know what, he's actually very good. I think he's a good actor. Like what he's done with the character. So annoying.
Yeah, he made him very annoying, didn't he? I just can't believe you chose to watch it again. Like, it's so close to the bottom of my list of films to rewatch. Because, I meant to check what my heart monitor was watching that film. It must have been like doing a workout or something. God, how do
watch
people
this
live
every
that?
Yeah, gambling addiction. I guess is that what it's like? God,
that's your life. Everyone's talking all the time. You're always worried about everything. Oh, so stressful.
For people who were so intimately engaged with the sort of seedy underworld of New York, they weren't too worried about getting mugged in the street, were they? There were a lot of people walking around with loads of really expensive stuff, like just holding it. Yeah. That was stressing me out a bit as well, but that turns out they didn't want us to be worried about that. They wanted us to be worried about this other stuff.
I did think that a few times. Like, is there just is there a confidence thing? Like when two people encounter each other, like I would just be scared of everyone in New York. But these guys would like talk to strangers like they were dirt and like I don't know, I forget his name. Was it Damani?
Oh yeah,
is this like not assistant but colleague? When someone was like at the car telling him to like fuck off and get away from his car, it's like. But what if that's like Al Capone you're shouting at and you're just going to get your head blown off? Like, you just say it with enough confidence and suddenly you're the boss. Like, how does that work? How do you know who to shout at and how does that hierarchy just happen?
Well, it seems like he just yells at everyone and occasionally it's the wrong person and he gets the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah, like, surely you'd just be polite to people and then you can just all get along and be nice.
And that's the thing, is like, I feel like that might be a bit more what happens in the real world. Like, I don't think there's no percentage in it to deliberately just be rude to everyone. Gangsters don't want to upset everyone around them. Like, you'd want to just fly under the radar, like people in The Irishman did. Everyone was basically all right to everyone unless there was some reason they wanted to intimidate them. But no. Howie would just yell at everyone.
Do you think he had any redeeming features?
Yeah. I think he had a sense of love. A very confused sense of love, but I think he basically did actually love his children and his wife and the girl he was sleeping with. In a very screwed up way. He wasn't treating any of them particularly well, but yeah, I think there was something in there.
Yeah.
He had a funny voice. That's a redeeming feature.
I've got nothing.
That's all my opinions. It's a love-hate relationship.
Perhaps also that he was more or less right. I mean, his plans somehow succeeded. It probably would have been a little worse if he got money, maybe bet that money and lost that money, and then got some more money and then kept losing money in the bets. What I'm trying to say is maybe he did some statistics and he was relying on his statistics, and it wasn't that bad.
Something in that. That was something that annoyed me a little bit as well. He was placing these really long bets on basketball on the basis that he just had a feeling, and he just knew that, not only just knew that this guy was going to perform really well because he'd given him an opal, but he just knew that the first turnover was going to be to the Celtics, and that the first 3 shots were going to be by him or something like it. It's just this crazy stuff no one could ever know, and he got really lucky both times. And I feel like that happens too much in films, and the real world of gambling is just, if you make these long odds, you get like, if it's a 1,000 to 1 bet, you're probably going to win it like 1 in 1,200 times, and the rest of the time you just lose everything.
I didn't mind that though, because he never got any reward from it.
It's true, yeah, but
I can forgive them for taking that leap into fantasy, just because.
So. You didn't do well out of it, did
One time the bet got cancelled, the other one got shot.
Yeah, it seemed like an affront to maths was the problem. Like, this just couldn't happen.
Now we get to it.
It was like if he'd flipped a coin 10 times, it'd come up heads every time you'd watch it and say, well, that just wouldn't happen. This is a stupid film. And I think that the kind of stuff they were placing bets on.
That must happen pretty easily, right?
Must happen one time in every 1,000, yeah.
What, flipping a coin over 10 times?
Yeah.
Well, I know what we're doing after this.
Great, I'll bet you all my life savings that
Done.
it doesn't. Yeah.
I think £1,000 would be a fair bet.
Yeah. Yeah, fair bet would be, I give you £1 if it doesn't, and I give you £1,000 if it's or whatever. What else do I have? The orange hoodie under the black lights. That's a pretty cool cinematic experience.
Oh yeah.
The way just this one guy with his orange hoodie is like such a striking, the one person you can see in the whole club because he's glowing under the black lights. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Damani's jumper.
Damani's jumper.
When exactly again?
It's when they've just had the play, and he's got back, and now he's going into the city to pick up the opal. And so he meets Damani, and he gets into the club, and the guy on stage is saying, "We're not fucking playing till you put the fucking black lights
with the
on."
weekend, yes. Yes. Why is it called black light?
Is it because the purest form of it is completely invisible to the naked eye, so it looks like it's still black, but it's an ultraviolet light, and therefore it lights unexpected things up. Have you ever been under a black light?
I'm not sure. I think I've been.
They look sort of purple normally, like a dark purple colour. But anything that you're wearing that's white, like your t-shirt there, probably this little bit would light up like hell.
Then I think I have been on rare occasions under black light.
Yes. I used to have them at the Union.
Usually people's teeth show up really well.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's just to do with the absorbance. If anything, so the light's too high a frequency to see. So if it just bounces off of something, you won't see anything.
Isn't that dangerous for your eyes?
No, because it's just beyond the visible range. It's not quite it's not the dangerous end of UV. But if the thing it hits absorbs some of the energy when it reflects, it's like lower frequency, so you can see it.
So the effect is everything looks really dark because it's invisible light, but certain things glow in a really interesting way. including gin and tonic, which is quite a good look. Yeah, get a gin and tonic there, showing you replaced with black lights. Something it's to do with the quinine.
It is indeed.
Yeah, makes it glow. Pretty cool.
Quinine absorbs UV light.
Get some black lights in here.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So yeah, I like that. Could we draw a comparison between this film and The Irishman? Compare and contrast. I feel like there's two films we watched in a row that have a lot of features similar.
One of them is 3 hours long, and the other one is 2 hours.
Yeah.
There's
and
more
one
people
of them
in
was
it.
too long.
I beg to differ. Both of them were too.
What were you saying? There's
More people in it. Is that what you're getting at? The mob's in it.
Yeah, it's all about like organised crime.
Yeah.
And the main character, his daughter hates him, and
in the
that's
end,
a good his
one.
son hates him. But again,
Son
like
hate him?
yeah, when they've come down from the flat upstairs, he's
Oh,
like,
and he
"Who's the
realises
hot
who's
girl in
cheating.
your apartment?" And he says, "Don't worry about it." So many excuses you could have come up with.
That's
But
the
it just
cleaner.
goes- yeah. That's somebody I know who I rented the flat to while I wasn't using it. Like, there's never been a
what an
girl in my
excellent-
apartment.
yeah, what an
The guy
excellent
was
line.
lying. Like, all of these are better than,
What you're listening to
forget
that
about it. Yeah, don't listen to that cokehead. That's not quite saying no. I don't know. But whereas with The Irishman, the pissed off daughter played it really well and it was quite understated and you really felt for her. In this, they just sort of both swore at him and that was the... I quite like the daughter like talking on her iPhone. You could see how disconnected she was from him and how she just didn't care anymore, which she seemed to have got from her mum. Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, they shared that look, didn't they? When he was trying to engage with her. Just here he goes again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sad. I think this film was like if The Irishman had been based entirely on the guy that gets shot at the end of The Irishman, the one who's gone mad. Like if it was just about him, and instead of having one guy near him, which was Frank, who is a bit more balanced, he just didn't have that, and he was just him yelling at everyone for 2 hours. That's the comparison I'd make.
Oh, because he had a legit career as well, in some sense. He was the union guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. This is my union. Yeah. He was good. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting to have watched those two in a row.
Back to
They were
back.
kind of related films, but
Yeah, it's so different.
I think Martin Scorsese was an executive producer on this one,
Was
right?
he?
Yeah.
I think so. Who directed The Irishman.
Yeah, it did feel a bit Scorsese-ish at points. Some of the... I think...
Loads of New York people.
No, but like that, the lighting, for example, stuff like that, he does do very striking scenes. It could just... There'll be something really significant like that. I bet that's his influence.
Okay, interesting. I don't really know what an executive producer does in a film.
Very little, I
He
think.
produces executively.
Okay. I could do that. You think very little.
Yeah, I think that's the point, is that they don't actually do anything, but they just get to see that. I don't know, though.
I don't know either.
You think it's like a ceremonial position?
Don't know.
Okay. That's interesting.
But quite often, like in TV series and stuff, like, as it goes on...
Yeah, you just give the people you want to please credits for being
Okay.
producers. But I imagine they do things. Like an editor, maybe. No, then that would be the editor, wouldn't it? I don't know.
I see what you did there.
Is it usually someone quite senior, someone established,
Yeah.
like they're a sort of advisor that can help out if you have any questions?
I don't know. It's sometimes one of the actors. Like, I think Hugh Laurie was executive producer in a lot of House episodes.
So Patrick Stewart is an executive producer on the new Star Trek series with him as the main character.
Okay.
And I'm thinking these are all, and Martin Scorsese, these are all people who've been around for a long time. Maybe it's a someone with a bit of wisdom a bit of experience who can help you out if you...
Maybe an executive producer is also part of the group of people that had the idea of making the movie.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, there's a thought. Yeah.
When you say executive, that tends to be like you make the overall decision, isn't it? Like you have the final say or whatever.
They contribute to the budget. Depends on the project.
Oh,
Some get involved in the filmmaking process. They might finance it
Okay.
or work on set.
Cool.
so that is undefined. by
Undefined.
definition.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That makes it less embarrassing that we didn't know
Yeah.
as an official film club.
Yeah.
So what does the director do?
I sometimes wonder what the director does, because I've never actually read a film script. Have any of you read a film script?
Yes, I once read the Pirates of the Caribbean film script.
Really?
Yes. With
Okay.
a friend.
And this was the script that was written and given to the director?
I don't know. It was the script.
Okay.
It was just the script of a film.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I'm just
imagine
thinking
it was
like...
given to the... I don't know if it was like the first version of the script.
Okay.
It was just downloadable from the internet, so I imagine maybe it wasn't. Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
I'm
I
thinking
don't
like
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the director will decide what scenes to cut or what scenes to do a bit differently. I sometimes
True.
wonder.
That's true.
But, I mean, maybe it's... Maybe it does work like that. Maybe they
Had
gave
stage
him...
directions and things, but then I guess it might
Yeah.
have just been someone watching the film and writing a script.
Yeah, okay, so it might be like a transcription of the film rather than the original script. But that sort of interests me. I wonder if some films are almost done to the letter and the director is just sort of implementing what it says in the script, and maybe other films, they almost throw the script out of the window and use fragments of it, but basically do it themselves. I just never quite know.
I don't know, like if you think about someone with a really distinctive film, like, you know, Wes Anderson film, like that's that I assume is his, that wouldn't happen without him. It would be a completely different, all the camera angles and shots and like they're responsible for everything, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, of course.
have final says on location,
Yeah.
how it's acted. I remember reading an interview with Daisy Ridley from Star Wars saying that J.J. Abrams kept telling her that she was really wooden and making her do it again.
Oh, okay. I thought she was really wooden in the finished product, so I wonder. Maybe I'd have loved the original cut. Yeah. Fair enough.
I don't know.
I know what Siobhan did as a director, because
As a
I used
theatre
to-
director. Yeah.
But it is different once you've got cameras and things to worry about. But they say that it can make a huge difference, like a lot of the really powerful scenes where people like credit the actors filmed from a different angle, they just look ridiculous. And it is just knowing when to have a close-up and when to have a distant shot and stuff like that really does tell the story and capture that moment.
But then I wonder how much of that is written in the script, because as you said, I'll have some stage directions, but maybe it's just like, you know, enter Jack Sparrow, or maybe it's then we have a close-up of so-and-so's face.
No, I don't think that goes into a script.
Okay.
From what I remember
Which
from
makes
my film
sense.
studies bit
Okay,
course.
of course.
It depends on the script writer, I suppose.
Yeah.
But from what I remember, they don't put that much. They might put little things in to guide a character's movements, but it wouldn't be about
see.
camera shots or anything like that.
Okay. So, like, maybe stuff just to make it clear.
Prompts for the actor sometimes.
Yeah,
I think.
okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I was watching Much Ado About Nothing, the Kenneth Branagh version. So Kenneth Branagh was the director, but of course it's based on a Shakespeare play. And at the end it said screenplay by so-and-so, and it was someone who was not William Shakespeare. So I thought, like, that must be the easiest job in the world. Does that just mean they, like, copied it out and maybe... Like, what did they even add to that to make it a film script? Is there some difference? But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just cut it down and decide we'll have these bits in, but then the director does that anyway, so I don't know. Seemed like a pretty cushy job.
those are all my thoughts on Uncut Gems. And if we end now, we might catch a bit of the rugby.
Oh, that's true. I have one question.
Oh, yeah.
So, who were the Uncut Gems? What were the Uncut Gems?
Oh.
Because we decided we were talking about who the Irishman was last time.
Yeah.
Is the Uncut Gem, is that a person? Is it the literal gem?
I think it was the gem itself.
So
Why was it
one
plural
level,
then?
Why was it? What?
Plural.
Is it one rock with a load of gems in it?
Was it multiple gems?
Oh, no, they
so.
said it was all joined
one
up,
gem.
didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although in the beginning, when they broke it out, they broke a bit off. So that would be 2 gems.
But then it would be cut.
Then it would be cut.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
So that wasn't an uncut gem. So what? So the uncut gems must have been the people in. They were just...
No, but probably by cutting the gem, they actually mean giving it like a unnatural shape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still.
Maybe the uncut gems were the friends we made along the way.
Well, it definitely wasn't any of the heroes in the film, was it? I was really
who
looking
was
for
actually
someone to
alright?
power through and be, that's the gem. There we go. But they were all dicks.
Was the girl he was having an affair with an uncut gem?
Like The Name of the Rose.
What?
Remember that film, The Name of the Rose?
Yeah.
And there was a woman in that.
I don't really remember the woman in that. Oh, the girl from the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Adso describes her as a rose in the end. Although I don't think you're meant to take it as that because it's supposed to not be that easy.
Interesting. That
I'm
was a
very
weird film.
tired. I was on duty last night.
Don't worry.
Got woken up a million
I'll
times.
finish this soon. But yeah, I think she seemed to be quite a canny operator.
Yeah.
Who was the only one making a few reasonable decisions, and it was pretty much her misguided love for this awful man that was holding her back. And I think by the end, we got a glimpse into her maybe living up to her potential. And
Did she make any decisions that weren't just doing what she was told?
She went to that guy's room for safety.
which was
Well, that's a
literally
good
doing
decision.
what she was told, but yeah, it was.
That was a hell of a gamble.
Yeah, that's true.
She must have had some instinct that was less dangerous.
Yeah, I reckon the way she was acting with him, it seemed as if she was able to judge that this guy's harmless, just a bit of a...
He was the uncut gem.
Yeah! Oh, he's a bit rough around the edges, but bless him, he's a nice chap.
Great, lovely. Excellent.
The whole film was about him. Yeah, I reckon the two of them are the uncut gems.
yeah.
That's them. Brilliant. Nailed it.
Done. Play the music.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Once a wrap.
Magnificent.
Rashomon.
Rashomon. Is it Japanese?
Yeah.
Rashomon. 1950. Oh my god. Sounds great. Right, we don't need to bother with all this crap.
That's the first
It's
time ever.
Rashomon!
That's the first time we've dispensed with a hat.